are currently in this meeting so you can understand what the Vanguard Africa is about. The Vanguard Africa is a non-profit organization committed to raising well-rounded leaders who are adequately built and equipped to handle personal and positional leadership. We achieve this by organizing trainings, webinars, village meeting like we are in right now, masterclass, undergraduate congress that we just concluded in August, undergraduate congress, and the masterclass that is coming up soon. And I believe you will hear about it before the end of this meeting. So we are passionate about transforming the mindset of every person that passes through our organization. And we strongly believe that transformation of the mind is probably the most life-defining experience any person can ever have. So this is what brings out our eagerness to make judicious use of every given opportunity to effect this transformation in people's life. So, welcome to TVA. That's a brief introduction about TVA. Before we have the first speaker today, let me do a brief introduction of the book. The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon is written by George S. Clason, and the book has 11 chapters. And this book provides a lot of insights to financial literacy, to break free from financial limitation and financial constraints and restraints. So, but there is something important I want to talk about as an introduction before I bring in the first speaker. There's something mind-blowing about this book when I first opened it. And what is it? There were about two people talking about how they want to be rich, how that their desires and so on and so forth. You hear from Vanguard Christiana. Let me not mention their names. But these two people, after they have made this decision that we need to go and learn how to be rich, how we can be fine, how we can be rich in life, they didn't go alone, right? They said, let us call our friends so that we can all go together and learn how to become wealthy. So why am I saying this? TV has put this together to ensure that we all learn how we can become wealthy and how we can be prudent or financially buoyant. I want you to be like these two people that decided to call their friends along, right? They decided to call their friends along so that they are not the only one that will become rich. Their friends also will become rich, and their friends will enjoy the benefit of what they decide to do. So, you know this popular saying now that one rich person in the midst of 6-7 people, don't worry, we'll sort that out at the end of it. But what I'm saying is that do what those two people did. They decided to invite their friends to go and learn how they can be wealthy. So you can also do that as I invite the first speaker to take us on the first 2 chapters of The Richest Man in Babylon. Vanguard Christiana, you have the floor now. Vanguard Christiana, are you there?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
I can hear you, ma. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. Vanguard, Noah, 41 more come. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Christiana, and I'll be taking a review for an except says that money plenty, so it's enough money everywhere. But it is only for those people that understand the rules, the principles by which you can acquire money. So chapter 1 says that the man who desired gold. No, so I'll be starting with chapter 1. It says that the man who desired gold. Now it started with a man known as Basi. Basi is a chariot builder. So he was actually in his shop. He was seated. He was thinking. He was just doing nothing. Basically, he was reflecting on why sales are down, why his income are just there, not increasing. I mean, he has been working for days, months, weeks, but nothing has changed. It's just that he's spending money and everything. So while he was thinking, his wife approached him and was looking at him, staring at him, like staring at him. It reminded him of the fact that he has to like give his wife money and everything. So while he was still seated thinking, his friend also approached him, a person of Kobe. He is a musician. So Kobe actually exaggerated the kind of salutation to greet his friend, just wanted to collect money from him. So he asked for money from Basi. Basi said he does not have money. In fact, if he has that kind of money, he's not going to give anyone, not even his best friend. It's going to be like a whole fortune on his part. So definitely cannot give many, but that's just because doesn't have money. So that was how the conversation. So his friend have money for chariots, where me for his wife. So maybe
Sorry about that. I think our network had issues. So let me just continue from where she stopped. She was talking about two men. Please confirm if you can hear me in the chat box. Please confirm if you can hear me in the chat box so we can move on. Please confirm if you can hear me in the chat box. Can anyone hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me just continue from where she stopped. She was reviewing chapter 1 and 2 before the network. She couldn't continue again. So these two men desired to be rich, and one came to the other, trying to either mimic or be sarcastic to him, asking him to borrow him money. And the other was saying that this money, even if I have it, I can't borrow you. I can't even borrow my brother or my best friend this money. Why? Because I don't even have it. Talk less of, borrowing you this money. So after that, they both decided that they want to go and learn how to become rich, how to be wealthy. And one of the things that they spoke about while discussing is that the richest man in Babylon was once their colleague. Okay, yes. It was once their colleague, right? That is Akkad. So the two people discussing earlier was Bashi and Kobe. So they were once colleagues, and it was not brighter than them when they were in school. It was not brighter than them. It was not in any way better than them. It was not, his parents were not richer than them. It was not like there was an opportunity that he had that they didn't have. So they were wondering, Kobe and Bashi were wondering how it was possible for him to be the richest man in Babylon while they had nothing. They had nothing to really show for their labor all over the years. So they decided to go learn. So what exactly is the lesson you need to learn from this, that we need to learn from this? The first lesson is that we should not be proud to learn something from anyone, irrespective of whether it's our junior, irrespective of whether it's our colleague, irrespective of, as far as the person is doing so well in that area, we should learn how to be humble enough to learn from them. The second lesson to learn from this is, don't look down on anyone. While we are all growing together, your colleagues, your classmates, your friends in the area, your friends in church, and so on, your friends in mosque, and so on and so forth, you will see people that are not better than you. I mean, frankly speaking, you can even say that, maybe I'm even better than them. Maybe you might have some things that they don't have. But don't look down on anybody, because very soon you never can tell what the future holds. Please, if at any point you cannot hear me again, please use the chat box so that I can know that there's an issue. But I want to believe that I am audible enough and my network is okay. All right. So let me continue. So this Bashi and Kobe called their friends, right? And they went to Akkad to learn. So they needed more understanding on how to go about it. So thou hast many friends. So we will go to this day and take them with us. Let's take them with us so that we all can learn, so that we can all learn together. So the second chapter is The Richest Man in Babylon. That's the title of the second chapter. So when they got to Akkad, he was telling them a story. Akkad began to tell them. He said, you have not acquired more than bare existence in the years since we were youths. It is because you have failed to learn the laws that govern the building of wealth, or else you do not deserve them. So what lesson do I want us to learn from this? If you fail to learn the laws that govern the building of wealth, it means that you don't deserve wealth. That person does not deserve wealth. Because if that person gets wealth, that person will handle wealth anyhow. The person will handle wealth the way they want. They will handle it the way they want. And they can even mismanage or misuse wealth. They can mismanage or misuse wealth. So Akkad told them that it is because there's nothing special about me. It's not like I have something that you don't have. It's not like I have a privilege that you don't have. We're all poor. I just had a desire in me that I must be wealthy. I want to be wealthy. And so he learned the laws of wealth. So he told them how he learned he told them how he learned the laws of wealth. So there was a man he worked for, and this man was a wealthy man, Algamish. His name is Algamish. So he labored for Algamish. Algamish is the money lender. He came to the house of his own master, that's Akkad masters, and ordered a copy of the ninth law. And he said to him, I must have this in 2 days. If the tax is done by that time, 2 coppers will I give thee. He labored, but he couldn't get to do that. All night, he couldn't get to do it. So he entered into a bargain with him. He said, let me do this during the night. I want to do this work during the night. And if I'm able to do it and make it ready for you, okay. I think she's back, but then I don't know. Okay, she's back. Please, you have the floor, but you have just about 4 minutes left, so you can quickly wrap up. Thank you. Fangadokwe Mehemi, are you there? Oh, our network is still bad. Okay. Let me just continue and let me just take it. Don't worry. You understand that the network is. So to wrap up that chapter 2, he entered into a bargain and he was able to fulfill his own part of it. So when Algamish came the next day, he said, "You have fulfilled your part of the bargain, my son." He said kindly to him, "And I'm ready to fulfill mine." So what was his own? He requested to be taught how to be wealthy. He requested to be taught how to be wealthy. That's Akkad. Akkad also seek wisdom. Look at the life of all these people, Bashi, Kobe, and his friends. Akkad, the richest man in Babylon that they went to meet, he also seek for knowledge. So the lesson that you should learn from this place is that you should seek knowledge. We should all seek knowledge. So he came, he said, the first lesson the man taught him is that all I earn is mine to keep. Is it not? And then the first lesson the man taught him is that he should keep 1/10 of all he earns. 1/10 of all he earns. That he pays everyone. He pays the clothes seller, he pays the food seller, he pays everybody but himself. So he should pay himself. It means that keeping 1/10 of all you earn means that you are paying yourself. As you're paying the clothes seller, you're paying the sandal maker, you're paying the people that the food seller and so on and so forth. The man called him a fool. You pay everyone but yourself. You are a dullard. You are laboring for others. So the first lesson the man gave him was that he should pay himself. All right. So after that, the man came back again after he had paid himself for a while. The man checked up on him and the man asked him that, "What did you do with the payment that you have made for yourself?" He now responded to him that he gave it to a bricklayer to purchase gold for him to sell. So the man called him a fool. Why would you give your money to someone who is not an expert in that field? So he called him a fool for wasting his money, So what lesson should you learn from this? The lesson we should learn from this is that you should, after trying to pay yourself for a while, investing so much in keeping your money, you should not just carry your money and throw it into the ocean like that. You should learn how to keep your money secure. Now, to my own chapter, so that we can move forward because of time, because we are still going to have time for conversation at the end of the meeting. So to my own chapter, I will be reviewing the 7 cure to a lean pocket. The 7 cure to a lean pocket. So the 7 cure to a lean pocket, the first cure that Akkad. So before we start talking about the 7 cure to a lean pocket, in that chapter, the writer of the book explained that there was a crisis in Babylon. And what is the crisis? The king Sargon was confronted with a challenge by the royal chancellor. The challenge was that all the men in the city cannot support themselves. After they have done the project, they've worked for the project, they've earned money and so on and so on, they cannot support themselves. So the king asked the royal chancellor, what exactly is the problem? What is happening? Why can't they support themselves? At least we paid them heavily. We paid everybody that worked, and then we pay them well. Why can't they support themselves? Is it that there are some people that understand the way it is, the way to use money, and they have monopolized this money, this gold? It is called gold in the book, gold. This gold that they did not allow it to reach these people. The royal chancellor said no. What exactly is the problem? He said many of them do not understand how to manage wealth. So the king asked him, do you know anyone who can teach the people how to be wealthy? So he mentioned Akkad, the same Akkad that Bashir and Kobe and his friends went to. So he mentioned Akkad, and they went to call Akkad. Akkad agreed to teach them. Now, when they called Akkad, he said he was going to teach them the 7 cure to a lean pocket. In our own terms here, I would say 7 cure to a broke lifestyle or a broke person. Let me put it that way, because a lean pocket, wallet or pocket, a lean purse rather, means that there's nothing in your purse. Your purse is empty. So it means that the person is broke. If anybody, it means that the person is broke. So the 7 cure, number 1 cure is, the first cure is start thy purse to fattening. Start thy purse to fatten. That is the first cure. And under this first cure, he mentioned 2 things. The first thing is, he asked them a question. About 7 people, he said, what do you do? So if I ask everybody here to respond to me in the chat box, what do you do? Maybe your customers might even be on this call, you don't know. But let me ask you, what do you do? So one said, I am a meat seller. One said, I am a scribe. I'm still asking us to respond to me in the chat box. I don't know. Maybe you cannot hear me or something. What do you do? Just let us know what you do. Just a statement. What do you do? So he asked them. One said, I'm a scribe. One said, I'm a meat seller. One said, one said, I'm a business person. I'm a merchant. One said, I'm a farmer. And he now told them, it means nobody can hear me. I didn't see anything. Okay. Yes, thank you. God bless you. I've seen it. Thank you. So one said, okay, let me just relate it to us. One said, I'm a tie and dye designer. One said, I sell accessories. One said, I make clothes. So what Akkad now said, Akkad told them, he said, everybody here has one thing or the other you are doing to earn gold. That's the first thing to start thy purse to fattening. For your pot to be fat, to enrich your pocket, you must have something that you are doing. There must be something that you are doing, one thing or the other that will be able to bring money. If you are not doing anything, you shouldn't be expecting that your purse will be fat. You must be doing something. That's the first thing under the start thy purse to fattening. And then the next thing he now said is, he gave an illustration. God gave an illustration. And what exactly is this illustration? He said, if you pick 10, now he was speaking to the farmer. He said, if you pick 10 eggs and get a new basket and put the 10 in the basket, and every day you remove 9 for use out of the 10, if you pick 10 daily and you put the 10 in the basket, you are now removing 9 every day. You have for yourself 1. You remove 9 for use, you have for yourself 1. The next day, you put another 10, you remove 9, you had for yourself 2. The third day, you put another 10, you remove 9, you have for yourself 3. So what exactly is he trying to say here? He says you should keep 1/10 of your earnings of all your earnings. 1/10 of all your earnings should be kept. You should keep it. 1/10 of all your earnings. And that's the illustration of the egg. You put 10 eggs in a basket, you remove 9 for use, it remains 1. You put another 10 in a basket tomorrow, you remove 9 for use, it remains 1. What you are equally doing is that you are equally keeping 1 egg every day. But as you get the 10 eggs, you are removing 9 for use and 1 is remaining there. So you should keep 1/10 of all your earnings. The first principle or cure to a lean pocket is to keep 1/10 of all your earnings. The second one is to control their expenditure. He said you should control your expenditure. Some people now ask, some of the students now ask him, I don't earn much. How do you expect me to keep 1/10? He now asked them, he said, how many of us here earn the same thing? They now find out that all of them did not earn the same thing. He now asked them again, how many of us here have lean pockets? All of them. So just in case I want to ask now that how many of us here are broke, I don't know. But like if I ask us, how many of us earn the same thing? We certainly don't earn the same thing. We certainly don't earn the same thing. I can be sure of that we don't earn the same thing. Some might be earning than I do. I might be earning than some people. So we don't earn the same thing. So he now said, he said, life, all man is burdened with desire they cannot gratify. Every man is burdened with desires they cannot gratify. He said, do you think because of the wealth because of my wealth, rather, I can gratify all desires? No. So as you keep earning, your desires will keep improving. Your desires will be much. And if you're not careful enough, you find out that even if you earn more than you have been earning before, you still not be able to keep 1/10 if you are not determined to do it. So what should you do here? He said, don't confuse necessary expenses with your desires. Don't confuse necessary expenses with your desires. Maybe I should see that in the chat box so I can know if we are following. Don't confuse necessary expenses with your desires. There's a difference between necessary expenses and there's a difference between your desires. Yes. Those are his teaching. 7 cures to a lean pocket. I'm answering the person. 7 cures to a lean pocket. Those are his teaching. Thank you. Don't confuse necessary expenses with your desires. Thank you very much. And under that second principle, control the expenditure, is saying budget your necessary expenses. And this is the truth. Many of us don't have budgets. Someone like me, I don't used to have budget, but from when I started reading this book, I've decided that I have to have budget. I should not be bringing out money for everything. You must have budget, and when you exceed your budget, you should be able to tell yourself that no. So he said, don't have budget your necessary expenses. Okay. The third cure to a lean pocket is make your gold multiply. Make your gold multiply. How can you make your gold multiply? Now that you have disciplined yourself to keep 1/10 of all that you earn, if you keep doing that all the days of your life, it will take you a long time to get to where you are going. To get to the kind of wealth that you desire, you need to make your gold multiply. So, for instance, you are keeping 1/10 of all your earnings, and at the end of the day, you need to invest that money. You need to invest that money in some other things so that it can multiply. So they now ask a question: how therefore can we put our gold to work? He was saying that his own first investment was unfortunate and he lost all. Now, that was the investment I talked about while I was reviewing chapter 2, that he carried his gold and he gave it to a bricklayer to go and buy jewelries for him. That's Akkad, to go and buy jewelries for him so that he can resell. A bricklayer, not someone who is an expert in that field, a bricklayer. So make your gold multiply. He was now saying here that his first investment was actually unfortunate, and then he was not able to do anything with it. Then after he had disciplined himself again, he now lent a farmer some coins. The farmer traded with it and returned the coin with interest. So keeping your money, saving alone cannot guarantee you the kind of wealth that you might desire. Imagine keeping 1 egg every day. At the end of the year, you have 365 eggs or 366 eggs, depending on the year that we have. If you do that all around, you don't know how to multiply that 365 to become 3 in another year, not another 365, but you multiply it to become times 3, not times 2, because another year it should be times 2. But if you are able to multiply, it becomes maybe times 3 or times 4 or times 5. So he said, multiply your gold, the savings, the money you're saving. After disciplining yourself, you have controlled your expenditure, you should be able to multiply them. Don't keep it there, not doing anything. Multiply your gold. The fourth law, fourth cure to a lean pocket is guard your treasure from loss. And this is very important. Every owner of gold is tempted by opportunities whereby it would seem that it could make large sum of by its investment in some projects. In fact, some friends, relatives will come and tell you, oh, do this, do that, do this. Everybody is tempted to quickly invest it in something that will quickly double up the money. Everybody is tempted. However, you should ensure that you guard your treasure from loss. Entrust it in an investment in any field that you have carefully inquire into. And not only inquire into, you have carefully inquire into it from well-knowledgeable people. Like Akkad did, carried his gold, gave it to a bricklayer to go and buy jewelries for him. They are two different things. Let's say you carry your gold and give it to a bricklayer to build a house for you, a house you want to use maybe for a shortlet or something. That's beautiful. But you now carry your gold. You went to give it to someone who is not an expert, who doesn't even understand the nitty-gritty of that market. You are bound. You may or you may not lose your money. You may or you may not lose your money. So protect or guard. The way it is written is guard your treasure from loss. That's number 4. Guard your treasure from loss. So after disciplining yourself, putting it together, making sure that yes, I want to be wealthy. Don't open it up for the devourer to just scatter what you have, your treasure. Make sure you guard it from loss. Number 5, make thy dwelling a profitable investment. Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. So this number 5 is saying that if you set 9 apart from your earning and you live and enjoy life, right? You can turn these 9 parts into a profitable investment without detriment to your well-being. Then your treasure will be fast. So let's use the scenario of the baskets, the egg and the basket. Let's say you are keeping 1 and you see that 9 that is remaining. You can also use it and turn it into a profitable investment. It will make your treasure fast. So under this cure, he now gave a reference. He made a reference to a man who is keeping 1/10 and he used the remaining 9 to build house. So by building the house, he had removed the cost of renting an apartment. All the days of his life, he has removed that cost totally. So he had done for himself, he had made for himself a profitable investment. So make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. That is what the fifth cure for a lean pocket is. Said, does come many blessings to the man who owns his own house, and greatly will he reduce his cost of living, making available more of his earnings for pleasure and for gratifications of his desire. So you can save 1, and then even the nine, you can still make for yourself a profitable investment, something that will reduce your cost of living forever, something that you will not have any need to, come back to that thing and say you want to do them again as a matter of urgency or as a matter of emergency. So you can make for yourself a profitable investment. And one of the investments he made mention here is building a house. Number 6, we might say, how does that concern me? I'm still a student and so on and so forth. But you just need to know it, that if it's possible for you to use your remaining 9, don't use it to eat eko and akara. They used to say that thing in Yoruba, that the money that a child first see, they will use it to eat eko and akara. So number 6, ensure a future income. So now this number 6 rule or cure to a lean pocket is talking about ensuring somebody's house, somebody's land, somebody's property, right? And towards the end, the writer said that in our own days, we are not talking about days to come. They can take advantage of means of accomplish this purpose, right? I recommend to all men that they be wise and well thought out methods. So now, at the time they were at the time of this ACAD, there was nothing like investment. There was nothing like insurance. Sorry, there was investment, but there was nothing like insurance, family, life insurance, house insurance, company insurance, and so on and so forth. But now, if you have a property, you should get yourself, do for yourself, invest in a future income. Every good man will want to leave something for maybe his child or something. I think that's how they say it. We want to leave something for his child. You should do something that can invest in your future income, not now again, the future. Picture the future and what can I do to make sure that I am insured and I am forever safe, even when I'm no longer here. When the God that maybe called you home or something, you should be able to do something that people can guarantee your safety and that of your family. Basically, that's what the 6th cure was saying. And then the 7th cure, before I move to the next chapter because of our time, is saying increase their ability to learn. The 7th cure says increase your ability to learn. Okay, so now, if you don't increase your ability to learn, it means that you keep earning the same thing over and over again. And the truth of the matter is that the way the economy is safe right now, we all know what the economy is saying, and you know that you buy things triple the amount that you maybe buy it before. What you need to do right now is to increase your ability to learn. If you need to learn another skill, learn it. If you need to get something else get it. If you need to, make sure that you are increasing your ability to learn. That is the 7th cure for a lean pocket. So after this meeting, I don't want to hear that anybody's broke again. I don't want to see that anybody's broke again. I want to be certain, like I just want to know that we all take through this. I mean, we went through this 7 cure, and I want to beg you, go and read that book for yourself, sincerely. We might not be able to say much because of the time, but go and read that book yourself. The next thing I'll be talking about is Meet the Goddess of Good Luck, and I'll be doing that within the next 3-4 minutes. Meet the Goddess of Good Luck. That is the 2nd chapter, the 4th chapter, Meeting the Goddess of Good Luck. So here, Akkad asked a question. There was a question. And what was the question? He asked 4 people, have they ever experienced good luck? One person raised his hand and said, while he was going on the road, he saw, I think, some money in the purse, and that was his own good luck. So he now asked other people, how many of you have experienced this kind of good luck? Then nobody raised their hand. So we find out that it was only that man that had experienced what he believed to be good luck. So in the book, there was a particular definition, or maybe as he was expressing himself, maybe I term it a definition, but let me read it out to you. He said, to me, she is a goddess of love and dignity, whose pleasure is to aid those who are in need and to reward those who are deserving. So the she there is good luck. So let me put it again. To me, good luck is a goddess of love and dignity, whose pleasure is to aid those who are in need and to reward those who are deserving. What exactly is good luck? So he gave a scenario. He gave a scenario of those who believe that they can get good luck through gaming. I mean, gambling. So you pick your money, your 1/10 that you have diligently keep, and you discipline yourself to keep 1/10. Then you take it to say, maybe I'll be lucky today to play, maybe gamble, bet, and so on and so forth. And you find out that most of the times you end up losing that money. Most of the times. It is sure for the gamer, I don't know if they are called gamer, the people in charge of the game. I don't know what name they are called, but it is sure for them that if you play 10 games, you cannot win the 10. It's sure for them that they will get some money from you. It's very sure for them. But you see, you that you are playing, it's not sure for you that you will go with one. As a matter of fact, you might end up losing all the games that you play. So he said good luck should not be channeled or be expected while gambling. Rather, we should prepare ourselves for good luck. We should prepare ourselves for good luck. He now asks another question. He asks these people that how many of them has ever missed good luck before? How many of them has ever missed good luck before? So 4 of them said they have missed good luck. So he asked 2 of them to explain how they have missed good luck. He asked 2 people to explain how they have ever missed good luck. And one of them said that one day he was at the gate of the city and it was late. The gate was locked and his servants pitched their tent outside and they were just there. And while they were there was a man who had a lot of sheep. So the man wanted to sell those sheep to use the money to take care of his family. And the man came. He had agreed to buy the sheep. But the issue is he did not want to count it because there were many. He did not want to count them at that time. So he told the man to wait till daybreak so that he can count them by daybreak. And the man said, give me some part of this money. I will leave the most brilliant of my servants with you so that he can count with you tomorrow and collect the remaining balance of the money you're meant to give me. And this man said he's too tired. He cannot count it this night. I will count it tomorrow. And so when it was daybreak, when they opened the gate of the city, a lot of people rushed out and saw sheep. So when they saw sheep, they approached the owner and they bought it twice the amount that the owner was offering to sell it to him. So he said he missed that opportunity. They bought it double the amount that the man wanted to sell it to him. So now he lost that opportunity. But one of them now stood up and said, what exactly is the name that we should give to this that happened to you? And somebody said procrastination. And when I saw procrastination, I was like, wow, this is the same way many of us procrastinate. Opportunities will come like this. We'll see it. But you know, like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next tomorrow. I will see. I'll do it tomorrow. You just give something. You just do something. You just say something to just, I'll do it later. Or I'm right now, maybe tomorrow. And then we'll miss that opportunity. So what good luck? Good luck comes to meet opportunity. So if according to that definition that I said, it says, to me, she is a goddess of love and dignity, whose pleasure is to aid those who are in need and to reward those who are deserving. So good luck comes to meet opportunity. Everyone who wants to experience good luck must always take opportunities and not leave opportunities that way. Must always prepare themselves. Must always prepare themselves for opportunities. So if you're not prepared for the opportunities, when the opportunity comes, what you will do is that if the opportunity comes and meets you unprepared, you will procrastinate or maybe do something else that will not make you take hold of that opportunity. Then the person will now keep complaining that, oh, I'm not lucky. Why have I not? They used to say opportunity come but once, but well, opportunity can come so many times. So they asked this man, ever since then, have you now seen this kind of opportunity again? He said no. So I want to implore us that for us to meet the goddess good luck, the good luck that I want, if I say who does not want to have good luck here now, nobody will raise their hand. But if I say whoever wants good luck, raise up your hand. I can definitely be sure that everybody here wants good luck. All of us want good luck. I want good luck. When I was small, I used to walk on the road with mindset that maybe I will see money on the floor, maybe Nollywood movie, or maybe some lucky mentality that really had not even come to pass at all. I can't even remember if I had ever seen money on the floor and I've ever had such money before. I can't even remember if I have. But the truth of the matter is, looking for good luck in those ways may not come. Looking for good luck at the game center may not come. Looking for good luck by preparing yourself, when it comes, you will not let it go. You will not miss it. There's one thing to look for good luck, and there's another thing to miss good luck. So this brings me to the end of my presentation on chapter 3 and 4. It's a book that we cannot even, time will not permit us to talk about the nitty-gritty, everything. We can only share some points from what we learned while reading the book. So we have a question, basically, before I open the floor generally for contributions and call. There is a question that I've been willing to ask, or that I'm going to ask. Let me put it that way. I made a statement in the beginning that one rich person in the midst of 7 poor people, maybe he's also poor. I think I made that statement at the beginning. And then now I want to ask a question. So, and I want people to respond. So you'll be permitted to unmute your mic. If you want to respond, just raise your hand so that we can, and I want people to respond, please. Now, one rich person in the midst of 7 poor people, is he a rich person? Is he truly a rich person, or is he a poor person? Now, on to the fact that while I'm going to, let me mention 2 things so that it's not a straightforward question and straightforward answer. Akkad is like one rich person amongst so many poor people, and he was able to still give value and maybe to make people rich. So that adage says that, if I'm correct in Yoruba, one rich person among 7 poor people or so is also a poor person. Is that true? And if you're telling me if it is true, you have to explain to me why you think it's true and why you think it's not true. Okay? So, who is answering? Please, you can raise your hand. Okay. Salahuddin Khadija. Okay, please go ahead. You are unmuted. You have been asked to unmute.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think the reason why that adage says that is because when you are the only rich person, for instance, in your family, every other person would bring their responsibility to you. And if you're not very rich and they perceive you as someone who is rich, you're definitely going to get into some debts over the course of time. For example, look at our chairman, the presidents, like people that are influential. Everybody wants to go to them. This one will come today, please, we need your assistance. Another person will come today, we need your assistance, without even knowing what that person is going through at that moment. So how many times, there's nothing that is bringing in money aside from his own source of income. So every other channels are just collecting that money. So I think if the person is not very rich, and then people perceive that person to be very rich, the person is definitely going to have problem with his finances. However, if it is somebody that rich, like very rich, then I think the person has to empower a lot of people before he or she can say I am rich, because that adage is real. Olówó kan láàrin òtòṣì mẹ́fà, òun gan fúnra rẹ̀ olòṣì ni, because they will not allow him rest. Even if you have money you want to use to invest, you'll be thinking of others that have come to you for aid. So it's very hard, really, and it's not easy. So that's my own intake.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. I'm going to take another person now, but before then, I think it all has to do with the person's mindset. The truth of the matter is that somebody was raising hand here. Now I can't see the person's hand again. Oh, please raise your hand again so I can unmute you. Please. Okay, I've seen the person. Thank you. So yes, as I was saying earlier, it has to do with the person. Someone's in the chat box said it depends on the person that is rich. But let's hear from some other persons. Let's see how it goes. Let's hear from some other person. Miss Adebayes, my healer, we've been asked to unmute. Please unmute.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Yeah, the adage, as it's been said, the issue is that if you have a rich man and within him there's a lot of poor people, the only thing you can do to still stay to be rich is for him to empower all those around him. And the way he's going to do it is going to be a gradual process, not empowering everybody at a time, but one by one, he will be empowering them. So it's better for him to teach them how to fish than just be giving them fish. So this is my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, everybody that is contributing, I want you to be available for the session on the law of goods. You will find out that in the law of goods, I'm going to unmute other people. Please just hold on. You find out that in the law of goods, it teaches you how to, even if you are one rich person in the midst of so many people, it teaches you how to manage those burdens and also, so on and so forth. I know that when we get there, next week we'll be reviewing the next chapter, and I really want us to be available so that we can be part of it. Who else is raising? Somebody's raising hand. Okay. Mr. Lawal Tunde Ayola, please, you have the floor. Abi, is it Mr.? Yes, you have the floor, sir. Please unmute Mr. Lawal Tunde. Okay, I don't think he's there. Let me have. Is he there?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, my name is Lawal Tunde. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
The Chief Executive Lochi Mabukom Global Concept. I'm from Osun State. In fact, I really appreciate this program. I just logged in for this program because I could not available 6 months. But in a financial aspect,
are you there, sir?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir. Are you there? I can't hear you. Maybe your network. Okay, let's have another person pending the time that he comes back. Please, who is raising his or her hand so that I can quickly. Okay, Vanguard Babatunde. Okay, they can hear him. So it's only me. Sorry. Please go ahead. Okay. Vanguard Babatunde, please, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, Vanguard Noah. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. It's actually spot on. Okay, I was the one that said in the comment section that it depends on who the person is. Okay, if the person has, first thing is, if you're a rich person, if you're a very wealthy person, by law of attraction, you should actually have rich people within your circle. You should actually have rich merchants, maybe who you trade with, people who you share ideas with. But if let's say your words even came all of a sudden. Now, this is where I'm going to explain how it depends on your person. If your word came all of a sudden, no rich person assisted you, just came, maybe you were digging your farm and you just saw a bag of gold and all. There are some people that, I don't know, while growing up, we all had these family members that, extended family members that were rich and you do not have a relationship with. They are not people that are actually accessible. They are not people that are going to subscribe to the black tax. They are not people that will put themselves out of the out for the black tax. So those people, they are still rich. Their family will be very poor. The extended family will be very poor, like very, very poor. They may not care about them. So it depends on their person. And the people that, even with the little they have, they feel they are very responsible. They feel like I owe to these people. We grew up together. They invested in me one way or the other. So I have to give back to them. And by the only way they can actually give back to them, the best way they can give back to them is actually through empowerment. Like one of those that have spoken ahead of me said, because if you say you want to start giving everybody money for food, money for clothes, money for school fees and everything, at the end of the day, the adage actually comes to actualization, to fruition in your life. You go back to the being among those poor people. So if you feel you are responsible for your family and your friends, you want to help them, you don't want to leave them, you feel you want to give back to them, you must actually strive to empower them so that you will not go back to being among them. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Vanguard Babatunde. I think we should take one more person before we round up. I think it's all depends on the mindset of the person and then the person involved, like he said, so that you. And another thing is that people don't seek the wisdom to make wealth. Everybody just wants, give me the money, give me the money. If you do, I realize that the two people that started this desire to be wealthy and went to call their friend, they didn't ask Akkad for money. They didn't ask him to give them money. What they asked was to teach them how they can be wealthy. So, I mean, people are just of the opinion, oh, give me money. Don't talk to me. Don't tell me how to be rich. Just give me money. Just give me money. And the truth is that money will finish. People don't want the wisdom for money. As we continue in the chapters, maybe in chapter 5 or 6, we'll find out that there was a man like that every other person used to go to the one man's house to borrow money. But this man didn't go to lend money. He went there to learn how to keep money. So people don't strive for this wisdom to keep money. They don't strive for it. What they want is just give me money and let me go. Give me money and let me go. Give me money. And when you give them the money, they come back again begging for another money. All our opinions are valid. I want to appreciate everybody. Is there anybody that I want to say something again before we round up today? Maybe for maybe 1 minute. Nobody. Vanguard Deborah is not here. Okay. Sorry, Vanguard Christiana, please, are you there? If you are there, maybe I should just allow you to say something. Sorry about your network issue. Is she there? I doubt she's not there. Okay, no problem. So thank you very much for joining TV here. I want to sincerely appreciate you for your contribution. Please, let's continue. Let's join next week. As we continue in that book, as we go deeper in that book, there will be deeper revelations, deeper things will be revealed to us, and you'll be wondering that, really? The truth is that I actually have a hard copy of this book, but I have never read it. Not until when we have the preparation for this village meeting. I have never read it. And sincerely speaking, when I started reading it, I was blaming myself for having the book and for not reading it. And now I can't even remember who bought the book for me, but I know that somebody gave me as a gift, but I didn't read it. I just kept it somewhere. I beg, richest man in Babylon, what's the meaning of this one? But then I just realized that I missed a lot. So please join us next week, same time, 4 p.m. And our masterclass is coming up soon, and we want you all to be part of it. I realize that I'm seeing some names that I've not seen before. So please visit our website. Please, Vanga today, please let me drop the link of the website on the in the chat box. Please use the link to register for the masterclass. It's starting in September, and it's just a 2 weeks masterclass. It's free, and we're bringing eminent speaker, great personalities to this meeting. So please, we want you to register. I want you to invite other people, because I'm seeing some names I've not seen before. And so please, I want you to join us for this masterclass. So we're going to take the TVA mantra now, as we call it a wrap. So the TVA mantra is something that we usually say at the end of the meeting. So the TVA mantra is something we usually say at the end of the meeting. If we can have the TVA mantra in the... Oh, thank you very much. It's being shared on the screen right now. So want to go, you don't have to say it after me, but just look at your screen, and if you want to, you can also see it wherever you are. At the Vanguard Africa, we promote transformational leadership in every sphere of influence. Our leaders are well-rounded, adequately built, and exceptionally equipped to excel in every leadership they are entrusted with. We dream upward, invent new strategies, and deploy exemplary wisdom in our affairs. We have more than enough human capacity, resources to inspire, build, and equip the next generation of leaders in Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Our dreams shall not die, our vision shall not fade, our hope shall not be dashed, our strength shall not wane. With God, we are excellent personalities, leadership models, and organization catalysts, bringing order into everything we step into. Amen. So please, before you go, please check the chat box and register for the masterclass. This masterclass is very, very important. The thing is, I don't want to, let me not really say much about it, but sincerely speaking, please, the link is on the chat box. Please register, especially if you're just joining us for the first time. Mr. Ayola Lawal, we appreciate you. You said you're just joining us for the first time, and so many people that are just joining us for the first time. If you're joining us for the first time, you can quickly just drop your name on the chat box. Let me just appreciate you, as we call it a wrap. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Okay, the theme is becoming global: mindset, capacity, and opportunity. Mr. Moshood Sonny, thank you very much for joining us for the first time. Wow. Mr. Etu Nuruddin, thank you very much. Agbola Alalekon, Mr. Agbola Alalekon, thank you very much. Mr. Williams, so please pardon my pronunciation. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. I sincerely appreciate you, the fact that you join us today. Please, we want to continue to see you. Please register for our masterclass. You would be glad that you register for it. It's not for only students. I want to believe it's for everybody. Becoming global, the mindset, the capacity, and the opportunities. I know I want to be global. I want to become a global person. I don't want to remain small, right? So my mindset, my capacity, and the opportunities available for me, it is for everybody. So please use the link, register now, so that you will not forget to register, and then you get our updates in your emails and so on and so forth. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Everybody that I didn't mention your name, our regular TVA members, we appreciate you. Have a nice evening. Bye. Please join us next week, same time. Thank you.